I'm stalling. I'm stalling. All right. I'm. Welcome back. I do not know how you guys do this. Whew, man, welcome. Here we go. This is gonna be long enough. I already know that. So you clicked on this video, just trust the universe, trust that the divine has your back, source has your back, and has something for you in this video. This is certainly for me. You are witnessing my Super Bowl. You are witnessing my World Series. Okay. I am definitely stepping out of that comfort zone. I am definitely breaching the comfort zone. I'm going in to, man, I'm still, I mean, I don't even know how long it's been, and I am still tripping on the fact that I am doing this. Anyways, and you'll understand why. So if my nervousness or anxiousness is bothering you, I do apologize, but this is real. This is happening in real time. I'm graduating today. I'm sharing my story. I am sharing a story that I have to. This is, again, in all seriousness, I am freeing myself today. And I'm doing it in this way because, yes, I feel called to do it. I am very clearly hearing this is what you got to do. And also, I think that you really do need to hear it. Like, I don't know how it's going to affect you. There's so many of you. I don't know how it's going to help you, but I just know that it is. And there's that part in us, right? That's like, why do you think that? Like, why do you think that what is going on in your life is about to help them in any kind of way? But that's the voice, that's the person, the voice, the person, the voice that I am not ignoring. Like, I hear it, and I'm taking note of that, but I'm moving past it because I want to be free. That's why I'm doing it. Okay. My name is Manè. You know, if this your first time, and I got my mane on. Let me say that again. My name is Manè, and I straightened my mane today because I'm here to give it to you straight. Okay. And yeah. So here we go. I am closing out a 14-15 year cycle. Didn't know that that's what was happening. Okay. This was recently revealed to me. Okay. We're going to go back. This is why it's like, how far back did we go? We're not going to go that far back. We're just going to go to, you know what I mean? Junior year in college. Okay. So sorry. You got to bear with me. All right. This is a love story, but not exactly in the way that you think. And the twist, I promise you, is enjoyable. I'm gonna take a deep breath. All right. I just want to put this here that if there's a bunch of nervous laughter and some tears or whatever, I'm giving myself full permission to do what I gotta do to get through this. And yeah, I'm supporting myself in that way. All right, here we go. Yeah, right. So, my husband, When we first met, we were in high school. It was our senior year in high school. It was amazing. It was great. Don't need to fill in there. He's wonderful. All the things. Junior year in college, we were experiencing, yeah, all the things are coming up. Excuse me. Junior year in college, we were going through a breakup. Wow. Why was that so hard to say? We were going through a breakup, but it was this back and forth that kind of thing. I was not happy about that. I was absolutely devastated. Prior to him, and I didn't see this until recently, okay? But prior to him, I kept on experiencing being in these relationships, and even the kiddie ones, being in these relationships where it's amazing at first, the connection is genuine, and then the guy would leave me for someone else. And at that time, that I interpreted that as such a great loss, abandonment, all of the things. Okay. Oh, thank you, little birdie. So when my husband came, well, he was my boyfriend, obviously, at first. You can imagine where I was. There was already no self-worth, although I didn't know that. There was, you know what I mean, such great insecurities, although I didn't know that. I definitely wasn't trying to be that. And it had to work, if you get what I'm putting down. This had to be it. First of all, I did not feel it like this with anyone else. Before we were falling out, I felt that this was my husband. I felt that he saw something in me that I did not see in myself. And I saw something in him that I just knew that was mine. Okay. Not that he belonged to me, although probably at that time, I ain't gonna lie, that's probably what, but it was something, it was all of the whole thing. There was a bunch of things where I was like, my future has something to do with this. And I don't really know, God is great in that way. Source is great in that way to kind of just like, I'm going to highlight this for you. I'm going to make this a big thing. But I'm not going to tell you how big or how important it is. So anyway, we're together, for a few years. And I could lie and say that things were great. When they were great, but there was definitely some insecurities and some, jealousy, some young stuff, okay. When you come up, just, people, they love you, but they don't raise you, the right, because the emotional intelligence is not there, and nobody taught them how to emotionally regulate, and we're not saying what we need to say, and we're saying too much of, and it's all, God means it all for good. So I'm not bitter or sore about that, certainly not anymore. But it had to work, and it wasn't working. So we did separate, but it was like on and off for like a second or so, or for like a couple of months. I was in the phase of, all right, I'm just going to try to pretend that I'm okay my way out of this. But that's not even the truth. I'm hearing myself right now, and my higher self saying to me, don't cheat, don't cheat. Hands off the wall when you're in the pool, like hands off the wall, no cheating. All right, give it to them. Give it to myself. All right. um I was trying to pretend like I was better than I was, but as a performance. Okay, I wanted to believe it, but I was doing some, what we call toxic things now, but it's very much like I think of those times, right? That was the early 2000s. We graduated, in '09 from high school. And so, uh, y'all know we got some stuff that's some manipulation. When you grow up in a world where you are just feeling like you're not good enough, and all of the programming, that music, as much as I love that music, man, and I'm not blaming it on the music. I'm just saying it was the perfect, you know what I'm saying, uh petri dish for just this generation of like fighters and martyrs, and just like woe is woe, and you don't know. And okay, so anyway, so I would like have my friends, y'all know, okay, I don't get, I know I'm not cheating. I would have friends, try to call and see what was going on or whatever. There it is. Whew. Anyways, but that wasn't working. That's the bottom line. It didn't work out. Didn't work out that way. And so I think there was like maybe a week or two where I was just, it wasn't that I was over him, because the desire to be with in that relationship was very strong. What I had decided my strategy was going to get with somebody else or be around other people. And so I decided to distract myself with just being around other people. I wasn't like physically with anybody, but I entertained it. I played around with it just to get my mind off of it, because my mind fixated on getting back that relationship just was not helping. And in that interim, as we all understand, in that space, that's when he came back, and now his feelings had 360'd. Okay, at the time I looked at that behavior as just like a confused child, man, right? But the 3D mirrors you, you know what I mean? And like, when you don't want something, you really are making space. So it makes sense, energetically speaking. Nothing weird happened. That's what was supposed to happen. So it's about to get good. If you're still wondering why you're listening to this, I mean, I hope it's entertaining thus far. But again, just stick with it. Trust that source has something for you while you are watching me process this out loud, because I've processed this before, but not here on this level. And I'm, okay. So he came back, and I was very happy about that. And in that space, we conceived. Okay, I found out that we were pregnant with our first child, on the same day that he had a change of heart. And I promise you that this man is a wonderful man. I promise you that he's God. I promise you. Um, I do not. This is not about us beating up on people who do us like this. Okay, because I am, whether you believe this or not, however you want to use this story is for you, okay? But I am a believer, a full believer, this is my life, that the 3D reality mirrors you. Okay? Whether you want it to or not. The laws of the universe are perfect and impersonal. Okay? I did not get anything that I did not believe, okay, to be true about myself. I look, being who I am, where I am right now, I look back at me back then and I know the darkest and the deepest thoughts. Okay? I am, and this is the only time you will ever hear me say this on this channel, but I am proudly a Scorpio sun and a Scorpio moon, Aries ascendant. And so when I say the blue whale at the bottom, 40 miles down, okay, in the Atlantean Pluto Ocean, that's me. I already know how deep I can be. And the only reason why I won't say it again is because a lot of us get caught up in that baseline default printed story when we are infinitely more than our zodiac sign. We are infinitely more than that map. You know what I mean? That map, this is what I think. Okay, side note, get back to the story in a second. I believe that the beautiful tools of astrology and you know, horoscopes and all of the things is our default. If you are unconsciously sleeping, this is the course. You know what I mean? That this is the way that things could go. But you know, saturated throughout the story, there are many opportunities for you to grow and expand and take detours and make changes. It's not finite. You are infinite. And so I believe that is that karmic basic level that without your consciousness, without you, you know, your connection and the development of your relationship with your highest self, God, source, however you identify that, then that's what it is. And so, and that's why you've probably, if you are interested, as I am, I love this stuff. I use this stuff all the time. I just know that authorship is with me. You know what I mean? As far as that. So I'm infinitely more than all that rah, you know, all the fire and the water. But I know that framework has allowed me to be, um, what is it? Ferociously honest with myself, has given me the ability to dive very deep and to stay in that deep place and really connect. And it's given me that, I know that framework has assisted me. So that's the reason why I brought it up. So when I look back, this is not about beating up on my husband or, you know, feeling the victimness. No, this is understanding that my insecurities were well lived in way before I ever met him. My fears, my feelings about myself lived first. Yeah, the horrible, you know what I'm saying? The horrible love stories were already rehearsed. I had those. I just didn't know that I would meet them one day and that I would really wish I hadn't. So on the day that I found out that we were expecting, he told me that he had had a change of heart. And I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain. Oh man. And it wasn't his fault. It's not anybody's fault. Yeah. I was in a lot of pain. Whew. So, what do when you are in that much pain? You just want it to stop, right? You just want it to stop, but now God has blessed you with this person, inside you. So it's kind of like you can't do drugs, you can't drink, and if you take your life, well, whatever. So it's kind of it's like all right, I have to sit here and feel this, and my ass was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to sit here and feel this. There's got to be an answer, a solution. And so begging, no thanks, it didn't work. And I just had no choice. So, well, that's what I felt. I felt like I didn't have any choice. Okay. And so I was grieving. I was very sad, very whatever. Getting to the point, here's where it gets good. Now, again, I'm born 91. And so just know that growing up at this time, it's like spirituality, you know what I'm saying? Astrology, all of these things isn't new, but it's certainly taboo at this time, right? Like magic and all of the things. We watched a lot of movies growing up. Well, we're our family is a movie buff family, and so imagination, okay, imagination. So I was feeling very low. I was feeling very desperate. I was embarrassed. Um, I was embarrassed that I was, a year short from graduating, and I was pregnant with a baby with a man who just for whatever reason wasn't feeling it, and not for whatever reason. That's how you catch yourself. Okay, not for whatever reason. Energetically speaking, it wasn't working out. Okay, and so I did not want to sit in this pain. So the solution that 19, 20-year-old me, was it 19? One of those 19, 20-year-old me came up with was to make a contract, make a deal and an agreement, okay, with, I felt at that time, yeah, can't cheat. All right. I felt at that time that God was not listening to me, that God was ignoring me. All right. And so at that time, I made a deal with the devil. Yeah. I remember I was laying down and I was in so much pain and I just wanted somebody to fix it. Okay. So, in my desperation, in the state of being desperate, actually, I know that now. I did not know that then. I thought that I was being extremely wise. Okay. I thought that that was what I should do. Okay. After I did that, I just remember feeling like it was done. I just remember feeling, and there wasn't any candles or symbols or crystals or none of that. It was just me lying on my bed saying, fine, if you won't hear me, then I'll go to someone else. And what I said, the deal was that I wanted to be with this man, and in exchange, I gave my soul. I know, I know. It's like the movies. It's like the movies. And again, imagination. And after it was done, I just remember feeling like it was done. Nothing happened right away. Um, we moved through life and just things started to unravel in a way where we were together. Okay. To the point where I had totally forgotten about this contract, this deal that I made, um, until maybe 2022. We're in 2026 now. So I had totally forgotten about it until I was um, had the opportunity to kind of brush back up on it. we were very happy. And again, the reason why I say that I totally forgotten about it was because, again, imagination is creation. Imagination creates your reality. But I wasn't living a life per se in those first maybe 4 or 5 years after that fateful day, um, that I would say I had a contract like that on it. Everything was nice. It wasn't perfect. I hadn't really noticed being like feeling blocked or anything like that. Nothing like that. It was nice. I felt like we were growing and we had a family. Our family was growing. We had healthy children. We have healthy children. And I just want to put in here, because I'm hearing right now, um, I'm hearing myself answer the question, tell me a bit more about this man. What kind of man, do you make a deal like this where you give yourself in exchange for him? And it wouldn't matter, right? It wouldn't matter if the object okay, it wouldn't matter if my future husband was SpongeBob or Idris Elba or Barack Obama. It's not about him. That's not the important part. That's not what the story is about. It is showing that I was in such an insecure place, not knowing who I am, not loving myself, doubting myself, feeling like abandonment and rejection is my natural state, is what I have to overcome for the rest of my life, right? That I was willing to go through such extremes. Okay. That's the point. So life was good. I mean, could it have been better? Sure. I'm sure we all think that. I'm sure even those who are extremely successful think that. I'm sorry, I'm checking to see what that noise was. But I hadn't noticed. I didn't notice. I forgot all about it. It wasn't perfect. We argue like everyone else. So the effects of such a deal were unnoticeable to me. I had started a career. I was in corporate America for a few years. I did very, very, very well. I was super successful. And I didn't know how. And it's so interesting. I have to bring this part up in the story. I was doing so very well, and I was winning all of the events, and I was winning all of the travel prizes, and I didn't know how I was doing it. Okay, it was just coming to me naturally. I knew that I was being authentic. I knew that I was being honest. I knew that I was selling a product that I would buy a million times. And I just kind of lived in that. But at some point, the popularity and the appreciation and the love and the favoritism and everybody just treating me like I was this big deal just got too much for me. I was like, I do not understand why you guys are doing all this. I literally could not hold it. Okay, we'll come back to that. I ended up leaving that office, and under some other things, okay, your highest, your ego, all of the things work together to get you out of a situation when it's becoming too much. And I bailed, but for the best. Okay, so then now we go. This was 8 years ago. Okay, 8 years ago. Now I get a hold of this idea that I can manifest, that we can have the life we want, and all we got to do is find the secret formula and apply it for 21 days, and we're gonna you could do all of these things, right? um and so I was like, absolutely, spirituality, I'm already totally into that, I'm gonna get into this. And so I got into this thinking like, I'm gonna manifest the life that I want, and it's going to be better in this way and that way and blah blah blah. Okay. At this point, I remember thinking to myself that how I wanted to prove that I was good enough, that I was worthy of being chosen, that I was worthy of being loved, um, seen, heard, all of the things. And the thing that I thought was going to do that for me was if I was just super rich and successful. And I didn't know how that was going to happen. I had ideas, and I just thought that I would just be that. That, like, if, I heard that you can have anything you want, that you can be anything you want to be, that there is no limit. Okay. And I said, yeah, that makes sense. I agree. I think that that's perfect. I think that that's who I am. That's what I am. And so I got into it. And it's been a wonderful, and when I say wonderful, I mean excruciating. I mean delicious. I mean epiphanies. I mean anxiety, panic. Okay. Just, all of the things, all of the deep. It's been a healing journey. It really truly has been wonderful, but not at every point in this journey would I have said that. There were certain points where I thought that I was dying, a lot. Okay. I said at certain points. There were a lot of times. Now at this point, it's like, oh, I'm dying, and it's like, it's not that, but at first it's kind of just like, this sucks. Hermit mode, okay, on 100. Just like, I come out, pop out, come back, and just a lot of introspection. And in that process, I was able to do so very much. I did not realize, okay, I did not realize that this was a return home, a falling in love with myself story, a remembering worthiness story, a story that once you get there, you will never doubt again. You will never lose trust again. You will never fear the unknown again. Throughout the spiritual journey, it's been stressful. That type of, when you're undergoing and we'll discuss a lot of that in different videos here on the channel, because I am here to stay. And but when you go through that, and a lot of you already know this, it's physical. Okay, your body starts to hurt as it's releasing stored things. You get stomach pains, you get headaches, you get, your knees and stuff. There's a realignment. Your hip that never popped ever before is like, all of a sudden there's so much shifts. So it's very physical. And also it's very stressful, because you're raising a family, you're working, you're navigating these relationships, but also, staying on course. So it's kind of like you got a lot of jobs and and completing multiple programs. Okay. So it was a lot. Financially, we had been, okay, it's been, okay. Y'all already know. Y'all get it, y'all understand. Financially, it just wasn't working. And it was just, at some point, it was like, this has been 8 years. And I haven't, where is the drive to follow that, the idea? Or where's the idea? Or where's the, what I'm saying, the armored truck with the money that just falls out? Where's the thing? Okay, now don't get me wrong, it's so crazy. The story is beautiful. My story, I absolutely appreciate and thank Mother, Father, Creator for it, because we've just always had. I can't say, I mean, it's been hard and it's been a struggle, but we have been so blessed throughout. And whether you are big Christian or, just super spiritual, whatever, however, you can make this story fit you. Okay. And I'm all of it. You know what I mean? I'm everything. So when I say that God, my higher self, source, the universe, I am referring to the one and only power, the one and only creator in my world and my life. How that looks for you is for you. That's for you. And I have seen God throughout the whole thing just answer. I mean, we're still getting answers. You know what I mean? Payments are still going through. Things are still happening. The roof is still there. The cars are there. We lose some, let some go, some more come. And it's just like opportunities are coming and people are coming and being a blessing, and we're able to bless and we're able to gift. And so it's like, it's still not what you would think about what a life would look like if there was a curse on it, or a contract of that level. Okay, not at all. It has in some moments felt like that, and I didn't know. So here we go. We're wrapping it up. Very recently, very recently, I realized God gave to me the information that I needed to go back there. And I have been back there throughout the last 8 years. Sure, I have. I have been back to that story. You know what I mean? And so sometimes you get different things at different levels, if that makes sense. You get the information you need at some points. That's why when you like reread a book, you get something new every time. It's kind of like one of those. It's definitely like that. And so I went back, and now I am armed with the information. This is my truth, and I hope that we share it. If not, you look into it. I am my favorite metaphysical teachers. Okay, they are forever. This is a three-legged chair for me. Okay, my three favorite teachers are Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, and Florence Scovel Shinn. Everyone else, there's a bunch of them. They're amazing. That's fine. Okay, if I say who has raised me or groomed me spiritually, those are my teachers. Those are my mentors. Those are the ones who, if I'm not hearing myself, okay, if I'm not hearing God speaking, it is them. It is all, so it's in their voice. When I'm in a hard place, or I'm experiencing an intense emotion, or healing something that's really thick, I think, what would Neville say? And what would Joseph say? As much as I think, what would Jesus do? And so I have that there is one power and one cause. Okay. I also have that our 3D reality is a lagged reflection of us, of what we hold and believe to be true, our assumptions, okay, our beliefs, all of those things. And so I know that even if I don't like it, okay, even if it's not something that I would write down on my, you know what I mean, gratitude journal or whatever journal, I know that it comes from me. Okay, it comes from me and for me, for my highest good. It's either a blessing or a lesson, and it's both. Okay, it's either or, and it's both. It's a blessing and a lesson, even if that lesson is reflection and appreciation, all these things. So I have that. And so now, this isn't recent. I've had this for some time, like 6 or 7 years. Okay. Yeah, maybe 6. And so I'm looking back at what I did. By the way, I do not believe in evil as an entity that has power over me. I believe that if evil exists, it is under God's obedient direction. Source means it for good. Source means it for good. Okay. I want to make sure that I said that as clean as I can possibly say it. I want to be sensitive. I understand that a lot of us, most of us, are comfortable with acknowledging and accepting evil and God, right? The devil and God as external powers. And if you have that, that is yours. I'm not trying to take that from you. Okay? One power, though, is acknowledging and accepting that yin and yang, is acknowledging and accepting that you are all things and that it just is, and it is great. And we like to judge as good or bad. Okay? So there's some people who would look at like the voodoo witch doctor and some of the things that she does, or any type of ancient medicine practitioner. Okay, there are a lot of people who look like and say that is satanic, that is bad, that doesn't make sense, whatever it is. Okay, I want to remind us that I am just telling you my story. What you want to do, you do. How you want to feel, how it makes you feel. It should, you know what I mean, stir some stuff up, or affirm some things. Either way, it's working. Okay. But now I know that my God, that the one God, the one power, was there at every point, doing, being, every point. Okay? And so when I go back and I look at what happened, no, there was no curse. There was no cloud over me. There was no contract. My belief in it, my assumption of something else doing this thing that was not God. That's one aspect. That's one thing. Okay. Now I want to remind you, when I started the spiritual journey, it was to manifest a specific thing. Okay. I did not know that I was saving myself or returning to myself, or, okay, I didn't know that there was this bigger thing that was happening for me, that I was learning, coming into full circle, coming into, like, now I know, like, oh, doubt nothing. Oh, like, don't doubt Tamani. Don't doubt Mani. Love her. Trust God. You can never be lost. You can never be lost. There's no, it doesn't matter how long it takes. You can't go that far. There's nowhere you can go that is far enough. But I had to go back, and that's uncomfortable. you understand, like even in hearing me say what it was that I did, it's still a little tender, it's a little raw, it's still, saturated with some shame and because it's like, God, the things we do. But I had to. I was God was telling me, you go here and you get free. Go here and see this differently. Reframe this. What actually happened? Because you see that I never stopped loving you. I never stopped showing up for you. I never stopped being there through the hard times or whatever. I was there this time. I was there that time. So now, since you know, like, what have you learned? Oh, okay. So I went back. It hurt, but it was very liberating, and I saw that not only was the whole thing imagined, but I believed in it so much. I believed in it so much, and I gave it so much power over me. And I saw that in that act, what actually happened was I fragmented myself even more than I already was. I realized that I then embodied the state of the insecure, desperate one, the one who is not good enough, the one that has to prove, the one that will forever be relying on external validation, the one who will forever be running from rejection, uh, anything that feels like abandonment. What I did when I did that thing was say to myself that I do not trust me or God or the future with me and this baby. I do not have what it takes. I am incapable of doing this. It has to go this way, or else my life means nothing. Mhm. I did not know that that's what I was doing, what I was stepping into. I didn't realize that I was so very insecure to the point where my husband and I, you know what I mean? We're happily married. This is the effects, okay? No devil, no contract in my world. You can have a devil if you want. Um, but the effects have been that I can't celebrate. I can't really fully celebrate. I couldn't fully celebrate what I had. Constantly feeling like I was going to lose it. Trying not to feel like I was going to lose it. Feeling like it's inevitable that I'll lose it. Um, just, okay, irrational fears, uh, anxiety. We're in a relationship where we have a marriage. It is working. It is wonderful. But I don't feel it. I don't feel that it is. This is what entering that state, operating from that awareness, does to you. People are saying, oh, you guys are such a powerful couple and you guys have all of these things. And I'm just like, I can't feel it. I don't see what you see. I don't see what God in you sees. What they say. They say, oh, you guys are this and that. And They're just words that I can't feel from inside of that distorted place that I put myself in, that I made for myself. So throughout this manifestation journey, we have manifested so many things. I got you. I can't be. We just lots of things. Okay, not the thing, not the full thing, but we've manifested so much. Can't enjoy that. Can't feel that because it's like, what's next? That's not it. That's not it. I would know. I would know if it's it. I would know. Keep on going. Um, but there's been this feeling of just being blocked. I can't. I want Mother, Father, Creator, help me with these words. It's just still like something is missing. And now, mind you, the spiritual journey, the return home to your true self is not linear. It's not anything like that. And it's like, it's, it's like, that's a whole thing. The time is, or what do they say? Time is whatever. But it hasn't been all bad. It's been like a nice little flow, moments where it felt like a roller coaster. Really big epiphanies that feel like that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like I really got it. Again, at some point, this has been about the last 3 years. It's last 2 years. Let's go the last 2 years. Last 2 years, it's not been about manifesting anything. I have made the switch as of 2 years ago, where it's like, oh wait, I'm the prize. Yeah, this is for me. That thing, and with my corporate America experience, no amount of success was gonna do it. No external validation. It wouldn't matter if my husband were perfect or not. That wasn't gonna matter. It would just be always just temporary fixes because I've been, unbeknownst to my conscious self, operating underneath this illusion, under this phony contract, believing that, right? So I've been operating under, and so no external validation was going to do it. No amount of success. And so, like I said, the last 2 years, it has been, oh, I'm not manifesting anything. I'm manifesting me. I'm stepping into me. My highest timeline, all of the things is just reflections. It's just extra. All of the things is the things. But the thing is me. The thing is you. The thing that you're manifesting right now, I promise you it's not that. I promise you it's not him or her. It's you. It's you. It's me. And so for the last 2 years, I've really just been kind of opening up, bringing me to this big crescendo of a moment where I would return to where it all started when I gave birth to the desperate, insecure one who can't, who's too afraid to face the unknown and doesn't trust anyone. And plot twist, um, she saves herself. She saves herself after going through the whole long cycle, and God knows, okay? God knows where the stars were and the planets were, and who gives a you know what, because it's like, it's gonna happen. You're gonna do it anyway. And so went back and I realized what I did, and it was beautiful. It was like a mix of woe and awe and grief and unworthiness and worthiness, because I've already stepped into and claimed my worthiness. I've already stepped to and claim, my own power. And it's just like, no, I don't care about manifesting. What I want is to feel like this, want to feel good and happy and believing in myself and trusting in myself so so profoundly. Like I feel like I've really scraped the bottom of my soul. Um and what I real like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so it doesn't it's a love story about me falling in love with me, finding myself again, recognizing what was always there, which is that I would have been okay. And I am okay. And it worked out the way that it was supposed to. It's so beautiful. I couldn't have the story if it didn't go that way. So I promise you, I don't regret anything that I did. And this is what it means when you hear the words that, we're all redeemed. It's like, it's never the end. It's just temporary. It's just right now. And it's part of the process. Like I'm talking about some terrible, horrifying, sleepless nights, just kind of like, just manifesting like, I get the best sleep of my life. I get the best sleep of my life. Just really just trying to bypass it. And it's like, don't bypass it. Like if you're feeling like an intensity or discomfort, like go. That's the way to go. You go through the fire. That's that story of the bison or the buffalo or something. I don't know. They go through the storm instead of like running away from it. Like you just prolonging it, but who cares how long it takes? This is your life. And honestly, if the contrast of the time was not as long as it is, I don't think that like I could have the incorruptible, indestructible, unshakable self-belief that I have right now. Like it's like all of that, like if you knew like all the stuff that goes on in here, that went on in the life and in the marriage, and the marriage is great. I mean, it is. And I just want to add something else too, in case I feel like this is for someone specific. This might be helpful. I just want to say that throughout this process, throughout this experience, this returning to myself, God could not have chosen a more supportive partner for me. Um, nah, he not perfect, nah, but he was the perfect one for this job. And I had to be. This not meant to sound sad, and I only got this after I made it through. I felt like what I wanted was someone who would just hold me and just say it's okay. And he would do that. He would do that if I asked him, you know? That's just the type of person that he is. But I needed that. Okay? I needed someone who was going to give me the space, because this work required a lot of MF in space. Okay? A lot of space. So he was perfect in that way. But when there were moments where I wanted to run away from my storm or run away from the thoughts, where I wanted him to say, you know what I mean? To say like, I choose you. I choose you, and I want you, and like, you're safe with me. All of the things. That's not, he hasn't done that. That's not who he was in this story that is coming to an end. But if he had been, then I might have stayed comfortable. Then I might not have been able to see what was actually going on, what actually happened, what I actually did to myself. But him being the way that he was, giving that, offering that space, was kind of like I had to trust myself and the divine and all of that love to walk me through this. I did not have a crutch in that way. And I am so very grateful, because if he had been that, I wouldn't have went back there. I wouldn't have even thought to go back there. You know what I mean? And so, and even in that, when I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, you just thought of everything. Like, you just higher self, God, creator source, like, you just thought of everything. Like, it's beautiful. It's so very beautiful. Oh, whatever you are going through. Oh man, I don't know. Just trust yourself, trust the divine, go with it, keep going. If it's hot, get in there. Like, go, just keep going, just dig and dive, I promise. Like, and if you're up against if you're playing some chicken and you're up against some dark intrusive thoughts, I promise you the sun comes up. And if not, okay, not to sound morbid, but it's like, if it's the end, what you doing? Like, if it's the end, what you gonna do about it? So just go, just I'm sorry. Listen to money. I don't want to. I'm not trying to. You get what I'm saying. It's like, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do the thing. Go through it. Trust. Yes, they say all the cliche, all the cliche stuff that they say. It's like, you just gotta trust, and it's like, and don't stop. So okay, yes, that's how I wrap up. Right. The four things. The four things. Are you ready? This is not a formula or nothing. This is the four things I noticed in my story that brought me here, that I give to you. Number one, desire. Even if it is you know, the good books say, without vision, the people perish. It's like, you have to have something that is so important to you, so strong, that you just can't lose sight of. You can't ignore it no matter what. That's going to pull you through yourself. Pull that head out the sand. Okay. Like, that's going to pull you through anything, like even through the hot moments and the dark moments and the scary moments. You need something just like, you just can't let go. Desire. Okay. That's number one. Um, Number two is, oh, a very lived in relationship with your source. Okay. With your God, your creator. Mine, I talk to myself. Okay. That's how we get down. That's how I and me get down. I talk to myself. I write. I record audios for myself, things like that. But however you develop yours is how you develop yours. But you need to be able to trust that you are supported, that you are divinely guided. And so you already have a connection. You are already that, but live in it, act in it. Participate in it. Okay. Make yourself, you got to be able to show yourself that you do have that relationship, and that relationship benefits you. And you can't do that unless you are living in it. Okay. And get real. Okay. Best friend. You need to be best friends. Okay. Um, and that's the one that when everyone's acting funny and everybody in the house is sick and all the things are going wrong and all that, you gotta, okay, you need to be anchored in that way. The third thing, oh, I would say, what is it? Ferocity. Okay, be ferocious about yourself. Be absolutely just not forcing, but just like, this, I'm never gonna stop. Like this, like, I will pause, but this job gets done. Okay. You stay. And I'm not talking about manifestation. We're talking about us now. We're talking about us, fall in love with us. The prize is I am, me loving myself, me loving my awareness, me living in this confidence and this sovereignty with authorship and autonomy and all of those words. Um, if until I feel like that, it's not done. Okay. Um, that passion. Yeah. That definitely was the thing. What is the other thing? I know it's four. Mm, I don't remember. I'll have to put it in the thing. But yes, those things. I want to thank you for listening to the story. I trust that this will serve as inspiration. This will serve, even if that is inspiring you to write down your story, tell your story. If that's part of your journey, part of something that will benefit you, I so appreciate you being here with me, energetically holding this with me. I this is this channel. I'm here to stay. This is where I want to be. I have so much that I want to share, that I want to offer, I want to give, because we don't need to do this alone. Um, and I haven't. I don't know why I'm saying that. There's so many people on YouTube that's doing the great work, and I mean, I I don't owe anybody anything, but and vice versa. But I'm saying that to say that there there's so much gratitude that I have for this platform and this ability to connect in this way. I If you want to support this channel, you already know what to do. Check out the description if you'd like to make a donation, or if you want to, you know, connect on another level, get to know each other more. Comment, like, all of the things. I want you to go and let something go today, set someone free today. Okay, forgive somebody, but come back. I want you to come back and bring friends. And yeah, that's it. I really appreciate you so much. Okay, be well. Okay, so I remembered what that fourth thing was that I wanted to share about what helped me throughout this process was um, being fearlessly honest with yourself, about yourself. Doesn't matter how gross, um, how ugly you think it is, you need to be honest. You have to be honest. Like, don't hide from yourself. That's it. So, again, support the channel. You know what to do. And cheehu!